Hello everyone and welcome to Friday Night Live. I'm just going to give this a few seconds to show up, and there I am. Hello Sheila. For those of you who may not know me yet, my name is Sharon Rogers and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Wells, Maine. And every Friday at 7:30 I like to bring you a project. And tonight there's no stamping involved. Can you believe it? But it's a fun project and I've got some great ideas for it. So I'm going to put you in the holder and we're going to get started because I don't even know that I can finish this, but I'm going to, and I will be done at 8 if not before, regardless, because we have not eaten yet. Hi Ruth, let me turn you guys down. All right, I'm in the camper again. This is my last weekend at the campground, and so making the most of it. It is gorgeous weather this weekend. It's supposed to be mid 70s, mid to upper 70s all weekend, and which is unusual for the end of September in New England, but we will take it. Hi Irene. Oh, nice to have you here on a Friday. So I've got a few people, one Floridian, two Southern Maine. So if you are from somewhere else, kind of chime in. I know some of you don't log in, and so you don't chat, or you have the chat off. But I'm so glad that you're here. Before we get started, I wanted to show you one thing. Oh, looks all right. I thought I was frozen for a second, but I guess not. So I wanted to show you this project, and I know I've got a shadow here. Let me see if I can fix it. I don't know if I can fix it. Maybe. That's a little bit better. All right. Now I need to just move it back a little bit. It's so hard not having my camera holder here. But anyway, this is the project that I'm going to be debuting for my 12 Sundays of Christmas series that starts this Sunday at 3 p.m. So for many years now, I have done the 12 Sundays of Christmas, where every Sunday afternoon for 12 Sundays leading up to Christmas, not usually the one right up to Christmas, because that's just really too close. But I give you a project that is either a gift idea or a gift packaging idea, treat holders, gift card holders, all that kind of stuff. So this is the first project, and it's going to look maybe a little bit more complicated than it is. I promise you it is not difficult to make. The measurements are simple and the folds are simple, but the designer series paper makes it stunning. This is the Traditions of Christmas designer series paper. This is a belly band that just slides off, and then it opens up to reveal this. Now this is, for those of you who have been around stamping for a while, you may have seen a waterfall card, but this is a waterfall gift card holder. And don't judge me on my gift cards. These are just gift card size cards that I have hanging around my house. Two of them are gift cards. I think the Walmart one might even have a little money on it. I'm not sure. The $100 Visa card is one I earned from Stampin' Up! So many years ago, probably 20 years ago. And then there's a DB Perks, which is Dress Barn, which I don't even know if they're even in existence anymore. And they don't go at all, but look at this. It flips up and reveals an area that you can sign. Now I've tweaked the design a little bit since I made this. I made it so that the white goes a little up further, but look at that. You can flip it fast, you can flip it slowly. Isn't that so much fun? And this is using the Christmas tags, no, traditional labels set, the traditional labels stamp and die set. So that's one of the labels, and that's another label. And there we go. Anyway, so I hope you will tune in on Sunday. This is such a fun little project. And It's not as quick as some of my 12 Sundays of Christmas projects, but that's why I'm doing it as Sunday number 1, so that you have plenty of time to make them. And I've decided, because I knocked this off of something that I'd seen online. It was a non-Stampin' Up thing. I saw a bigger version, and it was really quite big. I'm actually not sure where they got the paper to make it, because it seems like you would have to use larger than 12 by 12. And I usually only 8.5 by 11 for the cardstock, and then of course 12 by 12 designer series paper. But I tweaked it so I could make it work with the supplies that I have. So it took me a little bit to do that. So I was just so thrilled when I was able to come up with the measurements. And anyway, speaking of thankful, tonight we're going to be looking at a kit. This is the Harvest Home Garland Kit. And oh my goodness, what a steal this is at $22. So you're going to get 12 acorns. And so these are on wire picks. And then you get this wire garland piece here. I'm going to be using that as well. I can get in the bag. There we go. Comes with everything you need except for a hot glue gun, which I brought mine. And thankfully, we have an extension cord here because I didn't even think that there's no plug by my table. All right, so, and then I've prepped a lot of this. You can see some leaves over here. There are 216 leaves in an assortment of shapes, sizes, and colors. So there's this soft sea foam, and this looks like a light Cajun craze, and this is I don't even think it's a Stampin' Up color, but it's like a taupe. And then you've got a little bit brighter, maybe it's a soft seafoam dark. You know how the two-tone cardstock has a light and a dark. It's a little too dark for soft seafoam, but it coordinates anyways. And then there's a lighter, it's not really Cajun craze, maybe it's Flirty Flamingo, maybe. And then there is a vanilla one, or maybe that's the white one. There's some vanilla ones and some gray ones, and they're different textures too. And I'm going to show you, because I think it shows up really well on the gray one. This one actually has a feel like very thin chipboard. And can you see the veins in it? If I draw it up closer, let's see. You can see the veins in it, so they're very realistic looking. I mean, aside from the color. So there we have our leaves, and so we have maple leaves. I'm going to show you here because I didn't take them all out. Here are all the pieces. Oh, there's more. Here are all of the sheets of die cuts that I've prepped already. So there's all of these. There's some metallic ones. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Going to make the whole thing. And then you got 2 of each of the colors. So you get 216 leaves. I don't even think you're going to need them all. Maybe. I know I'm not going to need them for this project because I'm altering the project that was suggested. And then you've got some die cuts that are double leaves. And so I have some that are not quite done yet. I already dropped an acorn. Oh my goodness. Let's see what we can do if we can find that. Yeah, we did. Good. I'm going to just put this stuff back in the box so I don't lose it. You know, things can roll around. But here's a blue. It's not quite balmy blue, but I have the 2 pages together. That's the easiest way to pop out die cuts. So because there are a lot of leaves, it does take a little bit of time. That's why I wanted to do it ahead of time, so that you're not just watching me do all this. And you may not watch me do all of the gluing either, because that's going to take a bit of time. but you'll get the hang of it and you'll see what an awesome idea it is. Now, I don't know if when you popped on to YouTube just now, if you saw the cover image that I had tonight. Maybe one of you that are in the chat can let me know. If you saw the cover image, it should have been 2 frames, one with a few leaves on it and one with cards on it. And so then you also have these die cuts. These are dual colored. I'm just popping them out as well. These are like those gold ones too. Come on, there we go. Let's see. So Sheila saw it. And Sheila's actually seen it in person, I think. So every November, I hang this giant frame in my office at work. And it's taken on 2 different kinds of looks over the years. And those are the 2 that I used on my cover photo for this video. So one frame or one photo of it shows a bunch of cards up on the frame. And so what I did, and I think I did this last year, was I made 30 cards, 30 thank you cards or some sort of appreciation gesture cards. And I sent out a card a day. Now, obviously, on Monday, I had to send out 2 cards because I couldn't mail anything on Sunday, although typically I did put it in the mail on Sunday. And all right, I got to pause my story. So to give these a little bit more of a 3D look, you're going to take the veins. Now, here's where this is the debossed side, so it kind of it sinks in. You're going to just fold on that. And I really just kind of fold on the center one. I might poke around and, add a little bit more, but it's really the center one that you've got to really be concerned about. And that just helps the leaves stand off from one another. All right, so back to my story. So what I did was I purchased an old frame at a yard sale, or some of you probably have some kicking around your house too. It's a fairly large frame. It's probably 2 by 3, but you can get away with smaller. And I purchased that and took the glass off and the back off, and then I stapled some jute or twine to the back of it. You can also hot glue. I think some of it's hot glued and some of it's stapled. I think I ran out of staples, but you just pull it tight and imagine that this is the frame. You just kind of, you'll wrap it around, you'll do it from the back, and you'll have this one going this way, and then you'll cut another piece and have it going that way, and some horizontal, and you just kind of fill it up, and then you take some clothespins and you attach the cards to the jute, and it's all hanging on the frame. And then every day, take a card down and let someone know why I am thankful for them. It's just a really nice gratitude exercise. The other thing that I've done before is I have taken some leaves, and I used to die cut the leaves. That's why when I saw this, I'm like, oh, thank you. Like, all I have to do is punch these out. But what I would do is at the start of the month, I would have an empty frame. So with the cards at the start of the month, I have the frame filled, and by the end of the month, all the cards are gone. Well, with the leaves, I start with an empty frame, and then each day I will write the name, or I'll write a sentence of something I'm thankful for. So I will be thankful for lots of things. Sometimes it's people. Sometimes it's things like the ability to go camping and have September weather be gorgeous. That probably wouldn't be it because by November I've kind of forgotten about camping. But sometimes it has been, I'm thankful for snow because I love snow. And sometimes it snows in November and it's so pretty. So I just write a lot of things. And sometimes if it's a person, I'll not only write their name and why I'm thankful for them on it, but then I will send them a card as well. So I think this exercise of being grateful is so important, and it doesn't take much time at all, but it definitely sets the tone for the day. And I think it's just a really cool exercise that I've done for years. I actually did it as a fundraiser one year where I bought a bunch of frames and set them up and made die cut lots of leaves because you need 30 leaves, and did a fundraiser for, I think it was a mission trip that I took to the Philippines. And one of my friends, Terry, who is not on here, but we go to the same church. She got one, and she often takes pictures when she hangs hers up in her house. So, all right. So what I then did was I kind of sorted by shape, not necessarily by color, because I can pick through the color, but I wanted to know how different shapes here. So here's some oak leaves, and here's some, I don't know what kind of leaves. They're not quite oak leaves. Maybe they are, and these aren't. I don't know. Maybe they're different kind of oak leaves. I don't know. You know, if you know me, you know I don't really know plants. So I do my best to fake it, but I'm not very good at that either. All right, so we're just gonna put these in like little groups. And let's see, I've got a bunch over here as well. I'm gonna have to start spreading them out here. I've got all my gold ones all together, also sorted though by shape. So you'll just have to trust me that I've got all of these over here. Oh, my husband's back from taking my son home. Let's see, so we've got all these leaves. I mean, look at all the leaves that come with this kit. There's going to be so many left over from my project tonight that I'll be able to take some of these leaves and use them for my thankfulness board at work. So I was very excited when this came out. And this kit is $22, and it's $22 of lots of fun and usefulness. So it comes with this, and it's intended, I mean, as you might be able to tell from the name, it's intended to be a garland, so you can hang it from a mantle, which I don't have. You can drape it across your the center of your Thanksgiving table, which I don't ever eat Thanksgiving at my house. Well, I guess I sometimes do, but not very often. I don't really cook. I may have told you that before. So I'm going to just unbend this, and you can kind of form it to get it going. You stretch it out, and then you just glue. And see, it's got these little hooks at the end, but I'm not going to use those either as intended, because I am not making a garland. I'm going to make a wreath. And you can make something that's close to probably a 10 or 11 inch diameter wreath. All right, so let's go ahead and see if I can form this into, I'm going to be dangerous with this. See if I can form this into a wreath without hurting anybody, and by anybody I mean myself. So it's a really substantial wire, and if you kind of just twist it a little bit, you kind of it'll stay. Kind of wrap it around almost like you're grapevining it. So if I put this through the other side, I kind of twist this. Let me do that again. So when this came out, I didn't think first about making it into a wreath. I seriously thought about, you know what, I'm just gonna do my thing on my wall in November. But then I got to thinking about it, and this is very pliable. What I can do is I can form this a little bit more, you know, I can make it as round as I want. I can play with that over and over, but you've seen me do that for a while now. So, all right, and I just twisted the ends around here, so it's now a circle. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start hot gluing things. And I want to make sure that I'm using different shapes and different colors. But really, it's just going to go like this. I'm going to take a leaf, and you saw how I folded them in half. That gives them its dimension. But all I have to do is, ooh, that's a lot of glue. And I've got my silicone craft sheet here, because that's going to allow me to not get my table to be a mess. I'm going to take a different color, and let's try a little bit less glue. I'm not used to this glue gun too much yet. And so we're just going to keep layering these on here. Now here's a little hint for you. If you use some, let's see, what color do we want next? Let's get them. And don't overthink the color. Don't, you know, just grab a color. I would say try to stay away from a color that you've just used. But you want to offset them a little bit. Ooh, that glue is hot. If you have a glue gun that has different temperatures, you might want to consider going on the lower temp setting. And that will help you avoid burning yourself, and it also dries much quicker. I wonder if I can pick this up. I think I can. Okay, I'm trying not to get the stringiness, but I did because I picked it up off my silicone sheet. Now with that silicone sheet, you're going to find that it looks like the glue is sticking to it, but it doesn't. It comes right up. And every now and then I'm going to come back here in the back, and I'm going to affix my clump right there. All right, and we just keep going. Let's see, I need a lighter color, I think. Yeah, we'll go with this one. And you can just wrap it right around. Now, if you're using the garland, you know what? I'm doing this backwards, huh? I should probably be stacking them over. That's what I should be doing. So I'm going to put these underneath. I'll get it one of these days, because I don't want the ends of them to show. I want just the tops of them to show. So we're going to kind of come under here, and we're going to put that there, just like that. Now, I know some of you are probably screaming at me, thinking, why is she doing it like that? Oh, because I'm not thinking. All right, let's put in some gold. I think we need some gold. Beautiful gold accents. So stunning. And I'm probably going to put more leaves on my frame this year, simply because I'm going to use the gold. So you can see that it's stuck to the back. And every now and then you can just sort of add a little bit extra glue to reinforce that they get stuck there. But now look at this. Look at how it just wipes right off my silicone sheet. If you don't have a silicone sheet, that is the beauty of them. They're $6 and the glue does not stick to them. So they're perfect for crafting with adhesive, whether you're using Tombow glue or hot glue gun glue or seal or any of those things. All right, let's put one of these lighter ones in here, and the glue here is gonna go right there. And I'm gonna stick this right inside here, just like that. All right, and so you just, oops, I think I missed I missed gluing it to the wreath. Let's go back. We can cheat a little bit. I'm sort of out of glue, but it doesn't want to accept new glue yet. There we go, just like that. Okay, and that's all you're gonna do is you're just gonna keep adding leaves until you've got your whole circle. I need another blue. Let's bring in another blue. I'll figure out this glue gun at some point. Got glue on my leaf there. I'll take it off. Ouchie. Ouchie, ouchie. All right. So again, you want to keep it, you don't want your leaves to be flat. So that's why you kind of can fluff them up. You can do it before, you can do it after. This will store, and then it's just like a Christmas tree. You just fluff it up year after year and you're good to go. I think I need something right here to tuck in, so let's try to find a little leaf. Let's try to find one of these little leaves right here. So do you guys have any practices for kind of remembering to be thankful? Or because Thanksgiving is, you know, Thanksgiving is one day, but we really should be thankful and recognize what we have to be thankful for every day. I mean, so I know I do it just for November, but I am thankful every day. All right. I'm gonna go over here because I think it's going to be easier to work this way and then build, and rather than tuck. How come none of you told me that? You should have been directing me in that way. What did everybody do this week? Anything special? Oh yeah, it's much easier going this way. See, I didn't practice ahead of time because I didn't want to get all the supplies out. And I wanted to show you how you started it. Ooh, did you see that flinch? Yeah, that's because it's hot. That is because it's hot. And you can put a lot of leaves on this thing. In fact, if you look at the cover photo, there is just a super lot of leaves involved. Let me see if I can get that. Can I get that? Yes, I can. So if you look, they have just made theirs super, super full. So you can use all the leaves, or you can use just a portion of the leaves. And then you can go back in and fill in any spots that you think need more leaves. So for instance, I think what I'm going to do, if I can find a little blue one, that's two little blue ones because I got mine stacked. I'm going to come right in here and I'm going to stack a little blue one here. All right. Yeah, let's see. Got a light one of these. You know what we haven't looked at yet? We haven't looked at adding our acorns. So let's talk about our acorns. They come as singles, and you can use them as singles, and what you'll do is you'll just kind of put them in here and then wrap the stem around, and so you've got a little acorn here, and then you just keep adding some leaves. Ooh, I definitely need More glue stick. There we go. Okay. And we'll put in some green. I love maple leaves. They're my favorite. They're my favorite generally because of the color, but I also love the shape the most. I feel badly for people that don't get to experience New England foliage. Now, Ruth, you used to be from New England, from Rhode Island, so this must be the one thing that you miss the most, I would bet, is the fall leaves. So Ruth has been probably preparing for some craft fairs, I'm guessing, weaving some baskets. Ruth makes beautiful baskets. Let's see, we'll go there. Just pop this right up through here. She makes gorgeous, gorgeous baskets. I have one, but not here. It's at home. Let's see, I'm trying to keep up with the comments, but all right. Let's just keep building. Building and building and building. Oh, what colors, what colors? I'm trying to get all my shapes and sizes and colors in here. A little difficult. And switching over to a new glue stick is also annoying. All right. Let's do let's do one of these. Now, I noticed when Sarah Douglas, the CEO of Stampin Up, when she made her wreath, she stuck to just the neutrals and the gold. And it was stunning. So beautiful. So beautiful. You just want to let your glue harden a bit there. And let's try. So she stuck to like all of these tones together. Really pretty, I think. Again, it's yours, so you can do what you want with it. I don't know. I'm an overthinker when it comes to what I'm going to place next. I really just need to learn to grab and go. Let's get another blue one out. I know there are no real blue leaves, but the blue really is very pretty here. And at first I wasn't sure about this kit because, you know, in New England, we do not have leaves that look like this. Our leaves are not these muted colors. Even this year with no rain, they're just not this, they're not quite this muted. But I really love the softness of it. It's very peaceful. Very, very peaceful. So I've changed my mind about it. Now let's see, let's go over that this way, I guess. Let's see how it's coming together, and as I kind of, and this is very, very stiff and secure. This is a little bit less so because I've just placed these. This one, I wonder if I can take this one out. I'm gonna wrap him around a little bit more, I think. We'll adjust him afterwards. But what you can also do is you can take these acorns and you can twist them so that you can make them a set of two. Now I'm not ready for another one, so I'm not going to put another one yet. But let's add some. Let's add some more. Here's a gold one. So, in case you have not heard, Stampin' Up has some amazing offers coming up very shortly. Next Wednesday is October 1st, and for the entire month of October, Stampin' Up is having an amazing starter kit special. And that is, you have a choice. You can get either the regular starter kit, which is $125 worth of merchandise, free shipping, a paper pumpkin kit. You can get that for just $35 instead of the $99 that it normally is. $35 for $125 worth of product. And then a discount, of course, for a while till the end of April on future purchases. Or you can get $189 worth of product for just $99. So you get an additional $64 worth of product, but not at a big price. So let's, I'm going to put this in afterwards. Let's put it in right now. I'm going to wrap this around in here. I'm going to wrap it, and I think I'm going to glue it. My glue gun doesn't want to take my glue. Oh, there we go. All right. It spilled off onto the pad. There we go. So why would you take one deal over another? Let's talk about that for a second. So if you are not a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, maybe you've been stamping for quite a while. You have like a lot of the stuff, right? You've got the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. You've got lots of dies and stamps, probably even some other stuff. Well, you know that you're going to want some more stuff because Christmas is coming, and then there's always just fabulous new product all the time. But that's when you might want to utilize the $35 one. Say you're new to stamping and you like all the things, but you just haven't been able to find a way for your budget to, say, handle the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, because that's $140, so you can't even get that with a regular starter kit. But you can get it, I'm going to push this down a little bit. You can get it with this other starter kit. It's a fabulous deal. So you could get the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and another $49 worth of merchandise. And then you get a discount for the next at least 7 months. Well, or 6 to 7 months, depends when in October you sign up. But that's good for all October. So something to consider. If you have any questions about that, I know I'm putting 2 maple leaves together. I know I am. It's fine. If you have any questions about that, I'd love to answer it. Stampin' Up! Is actually hosting an opportunity event. There's one during the day, and then there's one in the evening. And if you would like to join that, where they're going to explain a few things, they're going to have some prize giveaways, lots of fun stuff. If you'd like to join me in that, let me know, and I will get you a link for that. It is next Monday or Tuesday. I think it's Monday. All right, so you can see that how we're building this wreath. I think I'm gonna have to sneak in some of these in here, and you can sneak them in afterwards. Just use a little hot glue to add them in. You just keep building. Just keep building. All right. Let's see. And of course, the best part is you get to join my team. And so when you're on my team, we have lots of fun together. We have monthly meetings, and if you are not local, you can join the Zoom meeting. And if you are local, there's an in-person meeting. And we stamp at them. I basically give a discounted class at that. So generally my my team members pay $10 for something that I would normally charge at least 24. We make 4 cards. And I think what people like the most, though, is just the camaraderie that we experience together. We just have fun. It's like a little family. Sheila can attest to that. She's been part of the family for a long time. How many years now? Is it 15 or is it 20? I can't remember, Sheila. I've been a demonstrator for 25 years, so, you know, the years, they kind of run together. So I'm just gonna keep on going. You get the idea. I'm gonna finish this at another time. I can hear my husband cooking, and I'm hoping that they're almost done because I'm very hungry. But you can see it comes together. You can go back in and you can add things where there might be holes. So like I might add another one in here with my glue gun. Just sneak that in there with my glue gun. But I don't know if you can tell. I'm gonna pan over here. Look at all the leaves. There are so many leaves. So it takes a little while, but it is such a cute little project. I'll take a picture when I'm done and I'll post it. But give it a shot, and you know what? I would buy another one of these kits just so I have these leaves. 216 leaves in a kit. Let's see, I can do that first. I can do my frame at work for 7 years that way, and not get bored. Well, probably only 6 because I don't want to count the gold leaves. They're going to be harder to write on. I mean, you could do it with a Sharpie, but anyways, I'm going to buy another kit just for that so that I don't have to die cut the leaves in future years. These are way prettier than my die cut ones just because they have the veins in them. So I hope you'll consider this kit. It's really a fun little project. Do it with a friend. You know, you can have the friend do the grunt work of punching these out and folding them and then handing them to you as you craft together. Or you can do that work and then they can do the dangerous hot glue gun work themselves. But anyway, that is the Harvest Home Garland Kit. If you don't have it but you'd want it, I have linked in the description of this video to my online store, and it goes directly to this kit, and so you can order that. And if I were you and you really wanted to make sure you got it, I would order it before October 1st because there's probably going to be a delay in shipping after October 1st with a bunch of people ordering kits and you know, joining the Stampin' Up team of demonstrators who most of them never demonstrate a thing at all. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Oh, it's 8:15. No wonder I'm hungry. All right, I will talk to you guys later. Let me know if you have any questions, and don't forget, you must tune in on Sunday so that you can watch and learn how to make this wonderful waterfall gift card holder. Have a great weekend, everybody.